I guess I should actually point out that there really aren't any dumb questions, but please don't try to prove me wrong in the comments. Everyone starts somewhere. There is no elitism here, but at the same time, there is a ton of misconception around audio gear. So let's start with number one. Should I buy mic A or mic B? No. You're wasting your time on anything but a U87AI, and God kills kittens if you don't use my affiliates link. What I actually say, I don't know. And frankly, there isn't anyone that can tell you what microphone you should buy between the two. Microphones are a very personal purchase, and unless you're speaking face to face with an audio engineer and they can clearly hear your voice, there's no possible way to recommend the perfect microphone for you. Now, the actual answer is that you need to try mics out yourself, and if you don't have the ability to do that yourself, watch as many reviews as you can from reviewers, specifically from reviewers that have a similar voice to your own. Educate yourself and make your purchase accordingly. And if you're just trying to decide between the Razer Siren Mini and the Blue Snowball, just go with the one that's the prettiest, okay? Can I record music with product X? No. There are old Anglo-Saxon laws that prohibit any music being recorded through that specific product. Now, purchase a U87AI immediately through my Amazon links to not piss off the Anglo-Saxons. What I do say, audio gear simply falls under the heading of tool. There are no rules. In fact, at one time, music producers made sport out of breaking the rules with audio gear. Look up the drum sound of the 80s or even what the wall of sound was from the 60s. There are literally no rules, and you can use any mic for any purpose that you see fit. If you don't believe me, I've got a video up here that you can watch, and stay tuned as I'm making it the mission of this channel to answer that very question. Why are you so negative in your reviews? Because it's my personal goal to laugh at all your previous purchases and call you a noob for purchasing it. Buy a U87 down below. What I do say, well, this is what reviews are for. It's not my goal to make you feel good about your purchase. Reviews are specifically meant to keep companies honest. Now, when Shure released the MB7, they did so by using the SM7B marketing, trying to tie the two microphones together, which is why I tackled that immediately with my thumbnail, which, as you can tell, says, this N is not SM7B. It's clear and concise. That's how we roll here. Reviews are meant to be constructive, critical, and completely honest. It isn't about being nice to the product you think deserves a break. Companies don't love you, and if left unchecked, they will attempt to take your money for subpar equipment every single time. So whether you like it or not, no, I'm not going to try and stay positive because there are people out there counting on me and other reviewers so they don't make the same mistake that you just did. Suck it up. Which is better for podcasting, product A or product B? Viking gods declared in 89 BC that only losers record their podcast with anything less than a U87AI. Quick, purchase one with my affiliate links down below before Odin cleaves you in half. Aside from the previous questions about music, all that stuff still applies. Podcasting has the lowest expectations for audio in all of the audio sphere. For starters, this podcast you're speaking of is going to be recorded in WAV, mixed down to a low-resolution MP3, sometimes as low as 96 kilobits per second, hosted on a website that further compresses it, then squeezes it out of earbuds that can replicate half of the frequencies that are fed to it, not to mention that some of the top listened-to podcasts were started with Blue Yetis. Your podcast will be good and will be listened to if it isn't total crap. The gear matters very little with music and even less with podcasts. However, the room you're recording in can always use work to be less reverby, for the lack of a better term. Work on your room before you decide it's the mic that sucks. Which is better? Mixer or interface? Vampires and werewolves have been released in your city and they're chewing through anyone that doesn't own a U87AI. Now is your chance at salvation. They're giving bonus points if you use my affiliate links down below. What I do say, I don't know. I mean, if you're trying to mic a drum kit, you might want a mixer. If you aren't, well, mixers are still valid. This one's been asked more times than I can count, and I never know how to respond, including here, so I guess buy the U87AI? These questions rarely come with accompanying information like exactly what is your use case for said piece of equipment. Everyone's needs are different. Asking some dude on YouTube isn't the real answer. Try a music store, explain to them what you want to record, and they'll point you in the right direction. All gear can be used for anything. You can use a 32-channel mixer that costs $15,000 to record your podcast if you want. You can also record a song on a 2-channel interface. It doesn't matter. I think that's it for now, but I'll always be on the lookout for other questions that can be featured. Let me know down below, no shame, but what's the dumbest question that you've been asked? Or, for the brave few, which ones have you personally asked? Let me know. Cheers, and I'll see you, or maybe I won't, if I offended you, in the next video.